Welcome back to class. This is our map for the chapter. This is a chapter that we are doing. We have seen standard form of a quadratic equation. We have seen a few word problems, how to make quadratic equations. We've not yet seen solving them. We have just begun yesterday, and we have seen just one method, that's the factorization method. So before I go to the homework, discussing the questions which were difficult in the homework, what I want to do is I want to recap the factorization method for all of us. Yeah, recapping the factorization method. Before that, just let's go back to what we have learned so far. We have learned that we had made a mistake earlier. I had told you that zero or root of a polynomial mean the same. There I was wrong. In polynomial, that number, which if I put in place of x, which makes the value of the polynomial zero, that number only is called the zero of the polynomial. So far, so good. But root word is used only in place of an equation. Okay. Now that equation itself will be like some polynomial equal to zero. That's a different matter. But this is not an equation. Okay. This is a polynomial, and this is a name of a polynomial is equal to this one. Okay. Now, what is a root exactly? We came back to that. Okay. Root is basically nothing but the solution only. Okay. And we thought, okay, what is the meaning of solution then? Solution is that value for which my quadratic equation or my any equation, okay, quadratic, linear, cubic, power 10 does not matter, that equation should become true. That is, LHS should be equal to RHS. Whatever value I can put in that place of the variable that will make LHS equal to RHS, my solution will become true. My equation will become true, and that is what will give me the solution of the equation. Now that ties back to the word root, because this is basically polynomial is equal to zero. The root of the zero of this polynomial will make the LHS zero, that will make it equal to RHS. So basically root and solution are two words meaning the same. Okay, and they're tied closely to the word zero of the polynomial. Too much confusing, too much words happening right now. Just think like that. We know the meaning of solution. Solution of an equation is also called root in case of quadratic equation. Okay, or in case of like any bigger polynomial equation. Okay, it's called the root. That's all. All right. Now coming back to how to find the solution. Now that brings us back to how to find the solution. And we saw one question with factorization method yesterday. We saw what we did. I'm just going to recap that. Okay, we went on to factorize the entire polynomial. This is my full. This equation is like something like p of x equal to 0. Okay, left hand side has some p of x. Okay, p of x or p of y, whatever. So what I did, this was written in standard form. I told, okay, chalo, it's standard form, okay, but it was not helping me solve. I changed it into a form where it is factorized, where it is something into something only. Okay. Inside that bracket, addition, subtraction, all of that can be. But basically, two linear expressions. This is one linear expression. This is one linear expression. I reached a place where I can able to write the same algebraic expression, this same polynomial, I factorized. How did I factorize? Different methods are there. We know splitting the middle term method. We use that. It depends if you're able to see some identity being used directly in your eye. If you can see it's like the form a square plus b square plus 2ab, you can use a plus b into a plus b. So that all that I can do. Okay, but I have to reach a place where it is factorized. So this one I factorized. When I factorized, what I got is some one number into another one number is equal to 0. We thought, okay, when is this possible? At least one of the numbers should be 0, then only the final answer can be 0. Anything else you put, it will not be 0. Simple logic. Okay. Whatever you want, you put minus 599 plus 599, you multiply, you will not get 0. You will get some minus into some 6-digit, 5-digit number. Okay. Basically, I have to have one of these numbers as 0. Then only I will get the final answer as 0. Minus 599 to 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So with that logic, we went on to conclude that either x plus 39 is 0, this is 0, or this is 0. So we wrote that down. Okay, at least both can also be 0 in some cases, but at least one has to be 0. So we went and wrote that down. X plus 39 is equal to 0, or x minus 7 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus 39, or x is equal to plus 7. Okay, I just took 39 to the other side. I got the answer. Yeah. Basically, this was a linear equation and I did the solution. Okay, nothing else. So then we wrote down the steps, and I'm going to recap the steps again. See, sometimes I will not get quadratic equation like this. Okay, my right hand side might not be 0. I have to make my right hand side 0. I have to take everything to left hand side. Okay, I should do that. So write quadratic equation in the form p of x equal to 0. That's my first step. Right hand side you make 0. Then you go to factorize the LHS into two linear terms, one into another. Then you put each of those linear terms. This first term is also equal to 0. First factor is also equal to 0. This second factor is also equal to 0. And then you do what? Equate each of these to 0 to find a solution of each linear factor individually. All right. This was my recap. Give me a fist to 5 in the chat box if you are good with what we discussed right now. If there is any confusion in the steps, we will go to discuss the homework, 1 or 2 questions which were difficult. But if the steps are clear, I want a fist to 5 in the chat. If you feel any steps, sir, this step inside what to do, I'm confused, you should tell me. Yeah. Yes, Dinesh and Susie. Tell me, Dinesh and Tulsi.
Sir, clear, sir.
Okay, Tulsi. Dinesh. All right. I got from G Manisha Nishchay Bindu Dikshit Asgar MG Dilruba Deepak. G Manisha Nishchay Bindu Dikshit Asgar MG Dilruba Deepak. Abhi. Total of 9 people have responded out of the 13 people on the call. 4 people have not responded. Mansa is one of them. I think Shri Priya is another one of them.
Sir, chat is not, it's not going, sir.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, Shri Priya. Thank you, Mansa. Moving on. Yeah. Now we are going to go and I'm going to discuss example 5 first. Okay. This is a very interesting example. I asked you to have a look at it and come and to actually solve it if you're able to understand. So we're going to discuss that first. So the question is 3x square minus 2 root 2x root 6x 2 root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. Yeah, we're going to discuss this right now. And this is very, very interesting. This is a very, very interesting question. Okay, because all the other questions which we have seen so far, it will be very easy that you have a whole number here, and when you multiply that, we are going to split this into two terms that when we multiply, we should get this product, and when we add, we should get this, right? But here we are a little stuck. Here we have root 6 and all. How to do that? And it is a part of our textbook, which means we should be able to do this. See, the logic is going to be the same, only prime factorization will not work here. That's all. Little bit innovative we have to become in understanding what's happening. Okay. That little bit innovation we have to do here, like just be little alert what's going on. Basically, this into this is what? The 3 into plus 2. That I have to do anyhow. Same process is same. Okay. So I'm doing I'm thinking 3 into, let me write with the right one. So I'm thinking 3 into 2, both are plus, that's equal to 6. So I have to find two such things that if I multiply them, I get 6. Okay. Also, when I add those two things, when I add the same two things, I should get minus 2 root 6. Okay, very, very interesting it is. Minus 2 root 6 I should get when I add those two things. It's okay, Riza, no problem. So here, I'm going with the same logic, okay? Two things, I have to split this into, I have to split this term into two terms, right? Something x, something x. Okay, I don't know what, those both can be different also, yeah? Both can be different, both can be same, does not matter. Then it will be 3x square. Let me write it like this. 3x square plus or minus what will something will come here. Something x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay. Here plus or minus will come. Here also some plus or minus will come. I don't know what will come. We will find that we are splitting 2 root 6. Okay. 2 root 6 into that particular two terms, such that when I add them, I should get not 2 root 6. We're splitting minus 2 root 6 we should get when we add. And when we multiply, we should get 6. That's the logic. A little bit with innovation, little bit with creativity. Okay, if you think a little outside the box, I know 6 has only these factors. 6 is, I can write as 1 into 6. 6 as I can write it 2 into 3. Over. That's all. But in any of these, I will not get this particular addition. Whatever sign also you put, I will not get minus 2 root 6. This, if I put minus, you'll get plus 5. If I put plus here, minus here, but I have to get anyhow, I have to get the positive sign only. So both signs should be same. So plus and plus I can put, minus and minus. So I can put, that will give me either minus 7 it will give, or it will give me plus 7. Here also it will give me minus 5 it will give, or it will give me plus 5. So I'm sure that this normal multiplication, the numbers we know, will not work here. But one interesting part is, like in the question, hint is hidden. This root 6 is like a hint in itself. We know root 6, so something root, if we do, so root 6, when we see, we should think of it like a variable, if we talked about so many times. So my brain is going, okay, 6 I have to get when multiplying. No, if I simply multiply root 6 into root 6, I will get 6. No, because it will become root over 6 into 6. It will become root over 6 square. That's basically 6 only. Yeah. So that's how our brain, like how my brain is going. Okay, little paying alertness. But if I add root 6 plus root 6, I am not getting minus 2 root 6. I'm getting plus 2 root 6. So my brain is going, okay, root 6 plus root 6 will not work because sign is coming as positive. But if I do minus root 6 into minus root 6, that can work, because then I add minus root 6 plus minus root 6, I will get minus 2 root 6. Okay, that's what my brain is going to do here. My brain is going here. Okay. So basically everything remains the same, just a little creativity. With a little creativity, I'm thinking, I'm not making up anything new here. Okay, that's not how I'm being creative. I'm being creative in thinking outside the box. Okay, when I say I mean you, whoever is doing the problem. Okay, you're being creative in thinking little outside the box. I know 3 into 2 will not give me root 6. I know what is this? 1 into 6 will not give me root 6 in any way. Okay, but root 6 into root 6 can give me 6. Yeah, plus when I add them, they will give me 2 root 6. So if I just make minus root 6 into minus root 6, again plus 6 I'm getting. But when I add them, I'm getting minus 2 root 6. That's my thought process in all of this. So my splitting is done in this way. I write minus root 6x minus root 6x is equal plus 2 is equal to 0. Everything else remaining the same. This small change I'm doing. Now I want to hear in the chat box what's our feeling about all of this. Fist to 5. Fist to 5 in the chat box. So far, I will do to we'll take a minute to think about like what's the next step. But so far, fist to 5, and how are you feeling about this whole discussion? Whole like I kept on talking, but how are you feeling about this? Yes, Manisha, go ahead. Raising your hands.
Sir, minus root 6 plus minus, that will become minus root 12, sir.
Really? Manisha, I have always asked you to treat a root root 2 as a variable. I have asked you to treat. Okay. Because when we treat like that, our logic becomes clear. When I am adding, think of it as something like this, Manisha. Think of it as minus a plus minus a. What will you get? Basically minus a minus a. What do you get?
Sir, minus 2a.
Minus 2a minus root 6 minus root 6. What do you get?
Minus 2 root 6.
Are we good here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I cannot add, see, root 6 plus anything. Okay. Root 2 plus root 3. I cannot add root over 5. This is not correct. Okay, Manisha? This is not
Okay,
how it
sir.
works. Here there are two irrationals. I cannot add them like this. Only in multiplication I can do this. When I have, if I have root 2 into root 3, only then I can do root over 2 into 3. Are we good, Manisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a very important thing which we will write in the side in some time. Okay, right now just let's be with the question. Okay, good. Thank you, Manisha, for bringing that up. Now, actually, let me just write it and keep. We'll write in the side later. Okay, root 2 plus root 3 is not is equal to root over 2 plus 3. This is wrong. Root 2 root 3 into root 2 is equal to root over 3 into 2 is equal to root 6. This is right. Okay. We good, Manisha? Same addition and subtraction both as usual. Yeah. So this will become a box later, but right now just I'm just clarifying this for everyone. Do you need a why or you're good, Manisha? Yeah, you would follow this, right?
Yes, sir, it's clear now.
Okay. Now coming back to this. Okay. Now if see, I have made it in a form where A into C and I have split B into something which is giving me A into C, which means now even if I look at this, my mind is telling what can be common in these two. All we can see is probably X. Okay. 3 and root 6, what can be common? Now the brain is going like that. Okay. Now again, it's time for me to be a little creative. Okay, it's time for us to be a little creative here again. And to see that, so one way is I can just take X common, right? But then I'll get 3x minus root 6. Here I will get nothing common. I will take 1 common plus 1. I'll get minus root 6x plus 2. Nothing. Now I will not be able to factorize it because this box and this box are not same. So I cannot do that. So something more is there common, which our eyes are not able to see. Okay. So there are, we have to be a little creative and we have to think, okay, actually 3 can be written as, 3 can be written as, I'm just doing it with red pen. Okay, 3 can be written as root 2, root 3 into root 3. Are we good? Same logic, okay? Like 6 was written as root 6 into root 6. 3 can also be written as root 3 into root 3. Also, root 6 we just saw, here we saw, okay? Root 6 can be written as root 3 into root 2. Root 6 can be written as root 3 into root 2. Are we good? Just like that, 2 can also be written as root 2 into root 2. Are we following this? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat box if you're following this? Otherwise, I want you to like just unmute and go ahead, sir. I'm getting stuck somewhere. Not clear. Just go ahead and unmute and tell me. Dinesh and Tulsi, what about you both too? Tell me, are you following this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone wants to unmute and ask, or anyone, you can type in chat also if you're not getting this. Okay. So keeping all of this in mind, now the brain is going, okay. Now let's not directly write the next step. Let us first break it and write like this only, okay. How we have broken in the red color. Let us write like that. So first term, okay, from here I'm continuing here, okay. So my first term becomes root 3 into root 3 into x into x. Okay, I'm just breaking fully factorization I'm doing. Okay, next term becomes minus root 2 into root 3 into x. Okay, basically 6, root 6 has become root 3 into root 2, that is this, and x is as it is. Yeah, continuing, same thing, minus root x, root 6x again. So I'm going minus root 2 into root 3 into x plus 2. But 2 I will not write it just like that. I will write again this thing, root 2 into root 2. So plus root 2 into root 2 is equal to 0. How are we feeling about this, what I just wrote? Before I take common, how are we feeling about this? Can I get, like, are we good with this splitting what I just did here? Okay, this step is probably, your book thinks that you will think about this step in your mind, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to like make this clear. This is the step before, okay, before we start taking common things outside. Okay, can I get a check in the chat box with from everyone? From everyone, can I get a check if you're good, clear, nothing, something? Everyone in the chat box, please. I'll wait for 5 seconds. Okay. Shripriya, how are you feeling? I'm not getting a response. Every time I'm asking. Okay. All right. So here now I'm going to take common things outside. Okay. Now my brain is, now our brain should go. Okay. Though it was not looking like anything is common, but now we can see root 3, root 3 is common. X is common. So I'm going to take out root 3 x. What will remain in the bracket? Can Dikshit tell me? If I take out root 3 x, what will remain in the bracket for the first two terms? Dikshit.
Again, root 3
Hmm?
and minus root 2.
Dikshit, is something missing in the first term which we have not yet taken care of?
Sir, x.
Hmm.
So root 3x minus root 2.
Minus root 2. Okay. We good, Dikshit?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Bindu, can you tell me What can I take common in the second and third ones? Bindu. I have this factorized. Can you tell me what can I take common in the second and third ones? I have it like written in terms of factors. Bindu, are you going to speak?
Yes, sir.
What do you see that I can take common in this term and in this term?
Sir, root 2.
Root 2 we can take common. Which sign should we choose?
Minus, sir.
Okay, I'll take minus outside. What is remaining then? So I am taking root 2 from here and I'm taking minus. I'm taking root 2 from here, I'm taking minus, which means into minus is remaining. Okay, so go ahead, tell me, Bindu.
Inside the bracket, we'll write root 3x.
Root 3x. Okay, don't see and tell, see the screen and tell, okay, not your notebook. I can trust you on that?
Yes, sir.
Root 3x is remaining because root 2 is gone, minus is also gone. Minus root 2 both are gone outside. Okay, the root 3x is remaining. Good enough, Bindu. Tell me the next term.
Minus root 2.
How are you getting minus root 2? Can you explain that quickly?
So, on the right hand side, sir, this root 2 is remaining.
Root 2 is, yeah, root 2 is remaining, but why are you getting minus? Can you tell that to the class?
So, because minus into minus is plus. Because that root 2 is plus, sir.
Correct. Here it is plus. Plus I can get with minus into minus. I can also get with plus into plus. But I took a minus outside, which means I took this one minus outside. So one minus is remaining. That's my logic. Okay. Because now when I open the bracket, now your thing should be very simple thing. Okay. Just check if you open the bracket, do you get the previous expression or not? Okay. And in your mind only, you can do this and check. So I'm opening the bracket. I'm going to do minus root 2 into root 3x. That's going to give me minus root 2 into root 3x. Minus into minus plus root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2. So yes, I am getting the previous step. Okay. This small check I will urge you to do every single time. Dinesh, Tulsi, I urge you to do this every single time. Whenever you take something in a bracket, Dilruba, open that in your mind and check you're getting previous thing only or not. Okay. Now, rest of the problem is very clear. Here something has been taken and that's common. So I will just take that common thing outside and I will write it as root 3x minus root 2 into what is remaining? Oh, same thing. Oh, so actually this was of the form a square plus b square. A square plus b square plus 2ab. We did not see, we don't know. It's something which is not easy to notice, but no problem. Minus root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. So here we are. Now from here, what we can see is both the what is this? Both the linear terms are the same. Okay, both the linear terms that we got right now are the same. Let me write this a little up. Okay, so my root 3x minus root 2 I'm getting from this and this, and then from the remaining part outside I'm getting again root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so basically for both factors you can write like this: for both factors, for both linear factors, root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Okay, that gives us, now I'm going to just solve this. Can someone solve this with me on the board? Heymanji, can you solve this with me on the board?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, 3x, sir. 2 will
Three?
go that side, sir.
3 2 no ma. What is there?
Root 3x, sir,
Hmm?
equal to
Hmm?
root 2.
Root 2. Okay. 0 plus root 2, that became root 2. Continue.
X is equal to
Hmm.
root 2 divided by root 3.
3. That's all. Yeah. You can write it like this also. You can write it like root over 2 by 3 also. This is a simpler way of writing. So that's basically our root. But it's important. One thing we have to be like clear about. So this is happening 2 times. Okay. In both of them, you are doing this. So x is equal to root over 2 by 3. You are getting it 2 times. Okay. Why I'm saying this is because when you write the answer, you have to write both the roots. Okay. One root from this one root from this one. You don't have to show the calculation for both, but basically for both, it's the same method. Just like in linear equations, when points were intersecting, we used to have one single solution, or it was infinite or no solution. Okay. But the number involved there was one. Here also, we will always have two distinct solutions, or sometimes we'll have two same solutions, but they are actually two different solutions. Okay. Sorry, I'm confusing you, but when you write the answer, you should write the roots of the given equation, quadratic equation, are root over 2 by 3 and root over 2 by 3, because 2 times you're finding it, one from this one and one from this one. Okay. So you must write like that. Roots of the given quadratic equation are root 2 by 3 and root 2 by 3. Okay. Does that make sense? Now here we are. This is our entire example. And I want to hear a fist fight in the chat box. How we are feeling about this. I want us to also take this box along with the solution of that down. How are you feeling, guys? 55 in the chat box. Asgar, that's what. Now I'm telling you, know how to, like, yeah, we might tend to write only one, but it's best, like the proper way will be to write 2 times. Yeah. I want to hear from everyone. Riza, how are you feeling? Okay, got that. Hmm. Yes, a little bit more thinking. This is the question which is not coming naturally to us, right? You're right there, Dilruba. Yeah, it's not like normal numbers we are not using here. We are doing a little bit creativity and we're thinking, okay, what else can give me root 6? Root 6 we can get in various ways. We can get it as root 2 into root 3 into root 2 into root 3 also I can do. Yeah, so this will give me root over 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. 2 and 3 I'll take out. That's basically 6, right? So that all that creativity, but we will have to just be alert, and that will come just by doing questions of that type. That's all, nothing else. Okay. So what are we going to do now? I see most of you have given me a 5. Everyone has given me a 5. Yes, that's what we're going to do, Nishchay, now. That right now, I want you guys to try exercise 4.2 or exercise, whatever the second exercise, question 1 ka, third one, yourself. Take 5 minutes, okay? The question is, first finish copying this. First finish copying this question. I have shared the screenshot. So first finish copying this question, okay? And once you're done copying this question, I want you to try this question, root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. I want you to try this out, okay? Little innovative thinking it will require. Great, Nishchay, if you've already got it. I'll wait. We'll give everyone. We'll give everyone 5 minutes to this. Yeah. 15:50. Uh, no, Riza, you can take a break or you can just chill. Okay. We'll give everyone else 5-6 minutes to do this. Okay. Dinesh, you also did, Kya?
Yes, sir. I also did.
Great, great, great. Who all did this? Who all did this correct answer? Manisha also did. Great. Very good, MG. Those who did it, you can take a 3-4 minute break. We'll wait for others to do it. Yeah. Abhi, do it now, no? Abhi, are you stuck right now? Deepak, very good. Abhi, is discussion ke baad, then also are you stuck? Okay. Do this question, not 5 minutes, like take 3-4 minutes. Okay. We'll wait for others. Everyone to like do it. Yeah. Let me give others a different question. Let me give others a different question. While everyone is doing. Okay, I'm giving another question. This is for those who got the answer already of this question. I'm giving you another question here. Others also take down this question after you have done this one. Okay, after you have done this one, then you can take it. The question is x square plus 2 root 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. And basically solved by factorization is the question. Okay. Or find the root by factorization. And take one more down. Root 3x square plus 10x plus 7 root 3 is equal to 0. All of us, when we are done with one question, and we'll take 3 more minutes, do at least one question out of the 3 on the board. If you did this already, you can do this. You can do more than one also, but at least one we should do before I move on to the next segment of this class. Okay, so I'll write the answer for this and keep here. Minus 3 root 2 and root 2. Okay. Minus root 3 and minus 7 by root 3. If you have got the answer, you can do one more question. We have a couple of minutes. You can do one more question. People on WhatsApp call, my screen is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. sir.
Hmm.
Sir, in that question, sir, additional question, sir.
Yeah.
That's root, that -6 or -4, sir.
Which question you're talking? First one?
Yes, sir.
It is x square plus 2 root 2x minus 6 is equal to 0.
Okay.
Okay. I'll share it. All right, guys, it's already 3:50, but I'll give you guys 2 more minutes. Whoever is doing whichever question, complete it. अभी saying root. अभी उसका पहला step क्या है? अभी you cannot take 5 common there. Just like that. Abhi, you're not correct, Abhi. Okay. Guys, everyone else continue doing this. I'll just take this discussion with Abhi. Yeah. Abhi, is that cool? I'll share your work.
Yes.
Okay. Abhi, now let me tell you. Firstly, how did who dropped off? Dinesh or Tulsi?
Sir, Tulsi, sir, I'll add it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Right now, WhatsApp, it will be there. You can just click and add. WhatsApp is changed. So, so here we have Abhi. Now, where are you getting all of this from? Now, this is a problem. Abhi, did you watch the Khan Academy videos which we had before this?
Yes, sir.
You watched those videos. So you know the method of splitting the middle term. Can I understand that? Like if I give you first this should equal to 0. There's a equation Abhi. You have to write the question fully. Okay. Splitting the middle term method, I have to multiply this number into this number.
Yes.
That will give me some number, some number. So I'm going to get root 2 into 5 root 2. That will give me 5 into root over 2 into 2. That's basically 5 into 2. That's equal to 10. Correct?
Sir.
Now I have to find two numbers, breaking 7 into two numbers, that when I multiply them, I should get 10. And when I add them, I should get 7.
Yes, sir. 5 and 2.
5 and 2. Great. That step is missing, Abhi. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
That step I want you to write. Okay. Otherwise, I think it's looking good. Let's see the other step. So root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x. Or you wrote 2 here. Chalo, 2x plus 5x plus 5 root 2. And then you did root 2x common, x plus root 2, 5 common, x plus root 2. Correct. Okay. So it is good after this, Abhi. All right. Every other step is correct, but you cannot skip this step, Abhi. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Otherwise, it's good. All right. Okay, so we are ready to move ahead then. At least have we done 1 or 2 questions from, give me a thumbs up if you've done 1 or 2 questions from the 3 questions which we had on screen, and you got at least, you got whichever you did, you got it right. Yes, Nishchay, you're right. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you've done 1 question. At least 1 question. Yes, Nishchay, you're raising your hands. Go ahead.
Sir, first question I'm not able to do, sir. X square plus 2 root 2x minus 6.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. It's very interesting actually. Let's do that. Okay. The first question, x square plus 2 root 2x minus 6. Is there anyone who would like to do this with me? Who has done it? Nishay, you can lower your hands. Anyone who cracked this? Go ahead, Riza.
Sir, sir, 1 into minus 6 is minus 6, sir. So we know
1
that,
into
sir.
minus 6 is minus 6, correct?
and we need to find out something into something will give us 6, sir, because the middle term is in plus, no, sir.
It
So
should give us -6.
yes, sir.
Okay, you're saying then one of these you will put minus, correct?
Yes, sir. So it
Okay.
will be if I do 3 into root 2 into root 2, sir, it will give me 3 into 2, which is 6, sir.
3 into root 2 into root 2 is giving me 6. So what's your brain telling you, Lisa?
Sir, and because the middle term is in plus, I'll put 3 root 2 as plus, sir, and plus 3 root 2 into root 2 is 6, sir. And even if we subtract that, sir, root 2 is nothing but 1 root 2, no, sir. So
So
if I do,
you are taking second term as minus, right? So you're
yes, sir.
taking this one as minus.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you feel, Nishchay, Manisha?
Clear, sir.
Okay,
Got
we
it,
have to
sir.
get creative. We have to find these. So inside the factor of 6, we have 3 and 2. Inside that, we also have root 3, root 3, root 2, root 2. When you're seeing root 2 here, you should think, okay, root 3, no need. This 3 I will take as it is. But root 2 and root 2 I can separate. That's how my brain is going. Okay, because then only when I add subtract I will get something root 2. Otherwise I will not get something root 2. Okay, that's what Riza is doing. We good, Nishay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Manisha, how are you feeling about all this, guys? Everyone who asked this question. So it becomes x square plus 3 root 2x minus 1 root 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, that's our splitting. You can do the thing from here, I think, right? Yes, and for this I will give Riza 5 points. Actually, she deserves 10 points here. Good job. Okay, yes, Manisha, mind-blowing thinking. Very good, Riza. Well done. Okay, now moving ahead, we are now almost like we've seen some different types of factorization questions. I will give you more working for that. Okay, more questions to practice. But right now, we are going to go to another method. Okay, we are going to go to another method, and this is our where is our this is our chapter map. Only one method is remaining, that is quadratic formula. Okay, this let me tell. Okay, so factorization is done. We have to learn quadratic formula method. Okay, now I want you to write the heading as finding roots of a quadratic equation by quadratic formula method. You can write out just quadratic formula. Now you write down the heading. Okay, now first, before I give you the formula, okay, it's a form. We don't have to do basically you don't have to do anything, factorization, all of that. You just have to put values in a formula, you will get the answer. Okay, that's how simple this is. Okay, but before I go and tell you, like, I'm not going to derive the formula, okay, because it's not a part of your syllabus right now. If we learn completing the square method, if the government decides that it's a part of a syllabus, I'll show you where it's coming from. This method is completely derived from completing the square method. Okay, that method which the government has decided that it's not in our syllabus. Okay, because of COVID they cut the syllabus down. That is an okay decision, but I feel it's really beautiful. Okay, but I don't want to spend more than 5 minutes talking about it. because we are in a time crunch in the online space, right? So not going into that, but this method itself is derived from this method. Okay, the formula is coming from this method only, but we are not learning the second method, but I'm just telling you it's really awesome. Okay, so I'm giving you a nudge also. People who are interested, search on Khan Academy, search on YouTube, and try to learn this method if you are genuinely curious about this. If not, it's not at all important for us if it is not a part of a syllabus, and my motive right now is your marks. So I'm not going into that. So now, how this formula comes from the completing the square method. That one thing you should know. Okay. Now, what is the formula? Okay. Before I go into this particular thing, okay, I want us to understand one very important thing. Okay, this is a separate box. Okay, it's going to be a separate box. What I want you to understand is, let's take a number. Okay, leave this quadratic formula method solution, all of that you leave. For a minute, let's take a simple situation. Suppose I have a number 9. Okay, suppose I have some x square equal to 9. All right. Now, if x square is equal to 9, can someone tell me what value will x take? What value will x take? I want everyone to type privately to me. Okay, what will be the value of x? Private chat to me. If x square is equal to 9, x is equal to what? Okay, this is my question. It's a very important question. It's a very fundamental question, and I've been giving little hints in linear equation chapter and trigonometry chapter. I gave a lot of hints. I wonder if someone remembers. But Dinesh and Tulsi, what do you think? Dinesh, what do you think? Tulsi has joined. Think. Yeah. Basically, what will the value of x be? Riza, you're absolutely correct. Okay.
Sir?
Yeah.
9, sir. It will be root 9, sir.
Root 9. Can you, what is that? Does that have a number? Is there a number which you know already? Send me that in the chat box. Don't unmute. I want to, everyone is typing. Okay. All right. Except Riza, I think this concept we all have to learn. Okay. I'm sure like we have not. What have you sent, Manisha?
Answer.
Everyone has sent me the correct answer, Manisha. I'm not saying your answer is wrong, but listen to me fully, ma. I'm saying, see, Riza has already learned this in Akash. Okay, so I'm sure, right, Riza? We have not discussed it in our class ever, right?
No, sir. It was discussed in.
So what this is, I'm going to explain to you now, Manisha. Okay, everyone has sent the answer, and all of you are right. 3 is correct. Okay, AMG. What now? Again, root 3 into root 3. You're saying. Okay. Yeah, that also is fine. You're right. Now, so far, for all our purposes, we were thinking, okay, if it is 9, then pakka. So I have to find what I'm thinking. I'm thinking x into x, that should give me 9. And my brain is going, yes, 3 into 3 is giving me 9. Therefore, x is equal to 3. This part of thinking which everyone is doing, you are all correct. Okay. But it is not, it is correct, but not complete. It is correct, but not complete. And why I am saying this, okay? Why I am saying this is correct, but not complete. Why I am saying this is because there is one more x. There is one more value of x for which you will get 9 when I do x into x. What is that value? Riza, you will not answer. Nishchay, if you have understood, you will not answer. What is that value? When I do x into x, see, x square is basically x into x, right? This is my question. if x square is equal to 9, then x is equal to what? Okay, this part is correct, but it is not complete. Why I'm saying not complete? Because there's one more value, okay, of x. Manisha, 3 into 3 we have already taken. X is equal to 3 we got. One more value is there. When I multiply it with itself, I am going to get 9 only. Let's see whose mind it strikes in. If someone's it does, I'm going to give everyone. Ma, root 9 is 3 only. No, Manisha, you take root 9. What is that? It's basically root over 3 into 3. That's equal to 3 only.
No,
No,
sir, root 9 into root 9.
root 9 is what? It's the same number. Then you will tell root 9, then you will tell 6 by 2, then you will tell 15 by 3, then you cube root of 27, you will tell all of that is basically 3 only. No, root 9 is also 3 only. No, Manisha,
Yes, sir.
numerically it's not different, right?
Yes.
Bindu has some idea, I'm thinking, but Bindu, I don't want you to change the equation and all, okay? Guys, it's not like I'm asking you to solve the equation and all. But Bindu, that will give you some hint. You're on the right track. Okay, Bindu, you're on the right track. Literally, very good, Bindu. What does that give you, Bindu? Wow, Bindu is doing it in a completely different way, but I'm really liking it. What does that give you, Bindu? The values of x. दीक्षित 9 into 1 1 कैसा दिलरुबा दोनों नंबर सेम होना है ना दोनों नंबर सेम होना है two such numbers which will give you Bindu you are right can you find the value of x you have almost cracked it Bindu can you send the value of x what will it be from those two factors which you got hey G now only I told to Manisha 9 root 9 and root 9 is MGG, okay, MG is writing 9 into 9 to the power 0. MG, you are right, but 9 to the power 0 is 1, no. 9 into 1 is not x into x, it is x into y. It is not x into x. So it will not fit this equation, right? MG, Dilruba. Bindu has got it. Bindu, please unmute yourself. Bindu, I'm going to give you 20 points here, Bindu. Very, very well done. And it is beautiful how you have used previous knowledge and just now the knowledge which you got, factorization method, and you solved it. Mind-blowing, Bindu. Okay, this is like amazing, amazing. 20 is the highest points I ever given any person's answer, and this is absolutely amazing, Bindu. Okay, very well done. But I'm going to give others a minute more to think. Bindu has cracked it. If anyone else cracks it, 20 points still in store, or maybe 15, depending on how you are able to explain it. Everyone else on track now because we talked about factors. Very good, Bindu. Well done, Bindu. So I want us to forget that for a moment. Okay, we'll come to now. I want everyone's attention on the board. Okay, we'll come to Bindu's method in a minute. But what I am thinking, okay, Bindu's method will come to in a minute. Actually, let's do Bindu's method only. Bindu, you want to do it on the board with me?
Yes, sir.
I know,
So,
Riza, but there are places where you are getting points, right? Just now in the previous question, yes. But yeah, this I get the disadvantage. Yes, it is there. We can't do anything about that, right? Go ahead, Bindu. Tell me.
sir, first I wrote it in the standard form, sir. So it will become x square minus 9 is equals to 0. Then if we solve that, we'll get x minus
Tell. Hey, tell ma. Hey, she dropped off. Huh? Ayo. So beautifully she's doing. Yes, Manisha. Now you have got it. So Manisha, for your answer also, I'm going to give you 10 here because you have got the answer directly. Let's see if anyone else gets this. But Bindu, you want to continue? Are you here? Let's see if you're able to unmute this. Zoom is becoming also one more naughty only. Okay, Bindu is not able to do, but I'm just going to complete this for Bindu. Okay. So this is of which form? This is of the form x square minus 3 square is equal to 0. That's a square minus b square. That's a plus b into a minus b. Okay, a square plus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So what we can do is x minus x plus 3 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, x plus 3 is equal to 0 and or x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to minus 3 or x is equal to plus 3. Plus 3 we have already got, minus 3 we have not got, and that's how Bindu did it. And that's how so beautifully Bindu did not take a guess. She did not waste her time guessing. She knows one method of finding the solution, which is completing the square, which is factorization. She did factorization. She did not take it as a joke. She saw there is a quadratic equation. First step of solving quadratic equation by factorization is change it into a form p of x is equal to 0. She did that. And so amazed. I'm really tempted to give her more than 20 points. It's that amazing, but that's the highest we ever given class. So yes, Bindu, very, very well done. Amazed by that. I want Bindu OP in the chat, please. Okay. Very, very absolutely like no guesswork she used. And she did it properly. She did it properly and got the right answer. And now I'm going to give Bindu OP in the chat, please, guys. I want every one of us to appreciate Bindu. Yeah, if she is not here, wait. Let her come, then you do. Okay, Bindu, hashtag OP Bindu in the chat, please. Very, very beautifully she has done this, okay? And without like no nonsense she did, okay? She knows a method, how to do, and she has used that method and done this here. Now what we are doing, okay? From Bindu, we talked a lot about how wonderfully you did this. In case you have missed this, don't unmute now, okay? Just give a smiley in the chat or something. Don't unmute, okay? Now, guys, this is maths, okay? This is the beauty of maths. You know a method, you can use it. She just used the steps as it is, no nonsense, okay? And she got this. But there's a reason why I asked this question, because the answer is not complete. X is equal to 3 you've got by using your logic, but it is, Bindu is telling us that x equal to minus 3 is also true. Let's check. Let's check. Minus 3 into minus 3 when I do, what do I get? I get plus 9, right? So x is equal to minus 3 can also be the answer, right? X is equal to minus 3 can also be the answer. Therefore, if x square is equal to 9, x will be both these values, plus 3 also, minus 3 also. This is how it is written, okay? Basically, I can write plus 3 and x is equal to minus 3, or I can write x is equal to plus minus 3. Basically, same thing. Don't write and, write or, okay? I don't really know what the correct word here is, but both of these are the roots. Both of these are the solution of this particular question. Basically, if x square is 9, then x is equal to plus 3. X can also be minus 3. That understanding. And I want you to take down everything that's on the screen. Put this whole thing in a big box, okay? Before we move on, don't write Bindu 10, Manisha 10. Okay? Everything else, I want to put this in a box, okay? Both we have done in different ways, so that's why I'm putting this here. Now this so far, okay? Now this here, guys. Bindu, do you want me to add you on the WhatsApp call now, or you're okay? Just give me a chat or a thumbs up or something. Now, what I am trying to show you here, okay, why are we doing this whole big activity, and why are we so much appreciating Bindu? The reason, guys, here is that when I have a simple situation, when I say, what if I ask you after this, okay? Let me make it full screen. If I were to ask you after this, okay, what is the square root of 16? What will you answer? What is the square root of 16? What will you answer? Can someone raise their hands and tell me? What will your answer be? My question is little incorrect because I'm asking is, but I want to see if you can answer. What is the square root of 16? Raise your hands. Guys, it's a very simple question. You have seen this here. Go ahead, Deepak.
4 into 4.
Hmm?
4 into 4.
स्क्वायर रूट बोलने से अब वो ठीक है, पहले तुम ये मेरे को ये बताओ, व्हाट इज द स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 9?
3 square.
क्या 3 स्क्वायर स्क्वायर रूट नहीं है भाई? 3 स्क्वायर तो 9 है. स्क्वायर रूट क्या है?
3 into root
3 है. 3 है. स्क्वायर रूट 3 है. ठीक है, 3 भी है, -3 भी है. Are you getting me, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you need to understand here is, let us write it like this. What is the square root of 9 only? Let us write first. Okay. If the same question, it's basically the same question that's asked here, and I'm asking it in English. I'm not asking it in like algebraic expression. So what is my answer? There are two square roots. There are two different square roots of 9. This is basically plus 9. Because negative number square roots, it's not real. We'll talk about that also. There are two different square roots of 9. That is +3 and -3. As +3 into +3 is also equal to 9. And -3 into -3 is also equal to 9. So there are two square roots, two different square roots of 9. Okay. Does this make sense, Deepak, tying it back with the previous question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what are the square roots? So my question is wrong actually. It should be, what are the square roots of 9? Okay. I'm asking what is, just to like confuse or let's like make you think. So here, every positive number has two different square roots. Basically every number has, but for our purposes, every positive number has two different square roots. One positive and one negative. Okay. This is our conclusion. What does this mean? This means, suppose I have, for example, if I have x square equal to 16, what will x be equal to? Can you complete this, Deepak? Or go ahead. Yes, Manish. हाँ? बोलो. सिर्फ 4. अभी क्या पढ़े?
-4.
4 and -4. So I'm going to write. So x will be equal to plus or minus root 16. Okay, getting this? So x will be equal to plus or minus 4. Are we good with this, Deepak?
Yes, sir.
You're understanding why I'm writing plus or minus here? Basically, you're reading this as read as plus or minus 4. Okay, read as plus or minus 4. Dikshit, go ahead.
Sir, basically everything is it's additive inverse, right?
The normal root and its additive inverse. Yes, Dikshit. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can you tell me, Dikshit, can you do this? Okay, this is the first one. Okay, let's do one more example. X square is equal to 5. What can I write about its root? X is equal to,
Sir, root 5 into root 5.
correct. So can you write this along with the signs? What do I get? 5 is basically root 5 into root 5, but 5 is also minus root 5 into minus root 5, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's my answer? X is equal to
The root 5 and minus root 5.
root 5 or minus root 5. I'll write it as plus or minus root 5. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in case someone has a problem, just let's write this. Plus or minus 3 is read as plus or minus 3. Okay, this will help us clarify. Okay, that's what we have done so far, guys, and I want us to take all of this down, and then we are going to go to quadratic formula. Type done once you're done taking it down. Everything okay. From the top, everything. The first thing I've shared in a screenshot before. This one I've shared now. I want you to take a minute. Okay, take 2 minutes. Everything you want, I want you to take down. Yeah. All of this in a box, guys. Big boxes you can make. Okay, but all of these are like deviations from the normal course of the chapter, but very important pieces of information. Not important just for this chapter, but for all maths. This understanding is very crucial. So all of it in a box. I can see that MG is done. I'll wait for another 1 minute for everyone to copy. Both the screenshots which I've shared, I'm telling you to do it right now because copying it is very crucial. Having it in your notebook and being able to refer to it. Color the box if you want, that important it is. Okay. Last 30 seconds. Guys, give me a thumbs up on the screen if you are good to go. Please give me a thumbs up on the screen if you're good to go. I see from Asghar, Deepak, GMG, and Nishchay. What about the others? Still writing, guys? Anyone needs more time? Unmute and tell me. I'll wait for 5 seconds for unmuting. If you need more time, 5, 4, 3. You can type in the chat box also. Don't drop off if you unmute. 2, 1. Okay, moving ahead. So what we realized just now, okay, what we spent time and Bindu explained so beautifully, she concluded, and what we end up realizing with all of this discussion is every single positive number, okay, that number need not even be a perfect square. Every number, even if you take 5, okay, it has two square roots, a positive square root and a negative square root, plus root 5 and minus root 5. Keeping all of that in mind, we are going to go to the quadratic formula now. Okay. Now, guys, just like this simple equation, this simple quadratic equation can be solved by factorization like this, and finally we get two roots. We have also seen that every quadratic equation, when we were factorizing, we were getting two linear terms, right? Some linear term into some linear term. We were getting that only whenever it is possible to do that. There are cases when it is not possible, and that will be a subject of the of our discussion tomorrow. But right, Riza has given us a couple of examples yesterday's class, where one example she gave, I think, where she was not able to find the root, and that's also one case. But whenever we are able to do it, we are getting two linear factors, right? Two linear factors into 0 is equal to 0. This into this is equal to 0. So the first one, this is equal to 0, or this one is equal to 0. We do like that, and from both of this we get some x is equal to something and some x is equal to something. Okay, two different answers we get. Sometimes we also get two same answers, but basically there are two answers. There are two roots to a quadratic equation. That's an important realization. That roots are also linked to, okay, like just like there are two square roots of any positive number, there are two roots to a quadratic equation also. And why did I say that? Why is that important? Because these are all captured in the quadratic formula. Okay, the quadratic formula goes like this. For the quadratic formula, first we need to know the standard form. Can someone tell me the standard form of a quadratic equation? Can someone give me the standard form of the quadratic equation? Guys, am I audible? Asghar, can you tell me the standard form of the quadratic equation, please? Yesterday's class. Nishchay, you're wrong. Asghar, can you tell me the quadratic equation standard form, please? Yeah. Yeah. Now you're right, Nishchay. Tell me.
So a square plus b square.
Bhai, are you serious, Asghar? Open your notebook and see yesterday's class. A square b square कहाँ से आ रहा है? X के terms में quadratic equation का standard form बताओ. Wait, Dinesh.
So the x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0.
X
Where
square
a is
plus.
not equal.
Where is A?
So a x square, sir,
A x square
plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0.
where A is not equal to 0. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation. Now, using these coefficients A, B, and C, we are going to, using these coefficients only, we are going to write a formula, okay, of the roots. Okay, if our quadratic equation is written like this, then for the quadratic equation, the roots are, okay, the two roots are given by the formula दिल थाम के बैठिए, फॉर्मूला आने वाला है -b प्लस और माइनस रूट ओवर b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is called the quadratic formula. There are two roots. I am going to point out to you. I'm saying two roots, but I'm writing only one formula. Anyone can tell me how is that happening? I'm writing only one formula, but I'm saying there are two roots. Can anyone tell me how it's happening? Go ahead, G.
Sir, you wrote there plus or minus. Sir.
Correct. Plus or minus I wrote, which means basically one root will be minus b plus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. And the other root will be minus b plus, sorry, plus already over, minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay, these are the two roots basically. That's what I mean. Okay, this is one root and this is one more root. Okay, so this thing here, this is called the quadratic formula. I hope आपको मजा आया formula. Now we have to remember this, and it is very, very important, very, very simple to remember this, but you have to by heart. Okay, there is no other going around. Obviously, this formula has a derivation. The derivation uses completing the square method, so we are not getting into it. We may get into it later if we have the time, and if the government says you have to get into it, or the board says we have to get into it right now. This formula, I want to take this down. Okay, so this is one root and this is one root. Okay, I've drawn this, basically this and this. Okay, these are the two roots, two different roots, but I'm not going to write every time both of this. I'm just going to write plus or minus. That's enough. A person, now you know what plus or minus means. You get this. Okay, in one you will write plus, in one you will write minus. Okay, I'll give you the two roots. Now let's after you're done copying, type done once you're done copying, and then we're going to do a question. I understand, Abhi. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a couple of questions of this before we wrap up today. So type done once you're done copying this. Thank you, G and MG. Waiting for others. All right, guys, moving ahead. Yeah. Let's write down our first question. This is example 13 of the textbook. Question is find the roots. This is a very interesting way the question is framed. Okay, that's going to teach us something about our next objective also. Find the roots of the following quadratic equations. I'm copying the question verbatim. It's example 13. Okay, from our textbook. Find the roots of the following quadratic equations, comma, if they exist. Very interesting. If they exist using the quadratic formula. Okay, and the first question here, I'm going to do all of these, okay, just so that we get some familiarity with this, and then we will have a good homework chunk. 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, this is my first question. There are three of these. We're going to three of them. We're going to do one by one. So find the roots of the following quadratic equation if they exist. Okay, which means there might be a situation when the roots will not exist, when there will be no solution, no real solution actually. There will be imaginary solutions. What I'm talking about, you will understand in some time. But there will be situations when the roots will not exist, okay? And that we will come to see in one or two of these questions following. Yeah. Let's see this first question here. Now, the first thing I'm going to do by looking at this, I have to change it into standard form, but it's already in standard form, so I don't have to do anything now. I'm going to write A, B, and C. A is equal to 3, B is equal to minus 5. I'm going to write the sign along with it because normal is what? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. But here if I have a minus, then that minus has to go inside b. Otherwise, then only it will become plus minus 5x. Okay, so that's what b is. So ax square plus bx plus c, I'm writing in standard form, and this is how I'm getting a, b, and c is equal to plus 2. Okay, taking this out, now my roots are therefore x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Every single time you will write the formula. Okay, every single time, in every single homework you do, you will write the formula first. Otherwise, no marks. Yeah, from my side, that's clear. Are we good? Now I'm going to substitute this. Okay, so I'm going to get x is equal to minus of minus 5. B ke jagah minus 5 I'm putting. Okay, plus minus root over minus 5 ka whole square minus 4. A is 3, C is 2. Okay, the whole divided by 2 into A, that is 3. Okay, stay with me here. Is there any confusion of anything which I have done? Can I get a check on the screen? Thumbs up or anything, tick mark, anything. If you're clear with what we've done so far. Okay, I'm just substituting the values of B, A, and C. Okay, in the quadratic equation. Asgar, Bindu, what's going on? G, are you following this? Anyone who has a doubt, unmute yourself, please. Okay. Now, so right now I'm still writing plus minus. Okay, I'll separate it later. I'm still writing plus minus. I'll show you what I'm going to do later. Okay. So let's simplify this first. So now minus into minus becomes 5 plus 5 plus minus root over minus 5 square. Can someone tell me what will minus 5 square be? Dikshit, can you tell me what this will be?
Sir, plus 25.
Plus 25. Good. Squares are always positive unless you have imaginary numbers. Minus 4 into 3 into 2. What does that give me? Minus 4 3s are 12. 12 2s are 24. Minus 24. Now, when there is something under the square root, you have to treat it like a bracket. Okay, you have to finish that. You have to make that one number. Whole divided by 2 into 3, that's 6. Going on to the next step. That gives me 5 plus minus root over 1 by 6. Okay, that's basically root over 1 is how much? How much is root 1? Can Bindu tell me? Square root of 1 is how much? No, Bindu don't tell me. Shripriya, can you tell me?
Sir,
Tell.
1, sir.
1 only. Okay. So 5 plus minus 1 by 6. Now that I have reached this point, that everything is simple, now I'm going to split into 2. So x is equal to 5 plus 1 by 6 and x is equal to 5 minus 1 by 6. Okay. Basically, this plus minus was there. I'm splitting it into 2 parts. So 1 is 5 plus 1 by 6 and 1 is or 5 minus 1 by 6. You can write or in between also. Okay. That gives you what? X is equal to 6 by 6. X is equal to 1. Or x is equal to 4 by 6. That's x is equal to 2 by 3. So my roots are therefore 1 and 2 by 3 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. That's my answer. I did not have to factorize. You want, we can check this answer. Okay, we're going to check this answer. We're going to verify just for this situation. Let's just verify. Okay, our quadratic equation was what? 3x square minus 5x is equal, sorry, plus 2 is equal to 0. I'm going to put x equal to 1. So what do I get? LHS is equal to 3 into 1 square minus 5 into 1 plus 2. That's equal to 3 into 1 minus 5 plus 2. That's equal to 3 minus 5 plus 2. That's equal to 0. That's equal to RHS. So yes, this is the root. This is the solution. Let's take x equal to 2 by 3. I'll get what? LHS is equal to 3 into 2 by 3 square minus 5 into 2 by 3 plus 2. You don't have to do the verification all the time, but just for our satisfaction, we have learned this method just now. Whether it works or not, we are going to check. So 3 into 4 by 9 minus 10 by 3 plus 2. This and this gets cancelled. 4 by 3. So you can take 4 by 3 minus 10 by 3. Denominator, let's take as 3. So 4 minus 10. 2 into 3 plus 6. So that's 4 minus 10 plus 6. That's 10 minus 10 by 3. That's equal to 0 by 3. That's equal to 0. That is equal to RHS. So yes, guys, both of these answers are correct, which means our quadratic formula does work and the roots which we have got are the correct roots of the equation which we had in the beginning. How are we feeling about this process? How are we feeling about this method? Can I hear that in the chat box? Fist to 5, please, while you take this down. Please do take down the verification also for one question so that you know. Same thing, verification here also. How are you feeling? Fist to 5 in the chat box. Yeah. I want you to pay close attention. See, I am doing everything together here, okay? It's not necessary to do everything like this and do everything together in one place. To this much big number you're getting, you leave 1 minus 1 plus. If you're feeling it's too big, you find root over b square minus 4ac separately. So you do this and come, you will get root over 25 minus 24, root over 1, that's equal to 1. Then you put directly 1 inside this equation. So you write x equal to minus b plus minus root or plus minus 1. You can start like this also. Okay. You can do this outside and come. That's one method. But I think your choice, whichever thing you do. Okay. No big deal in that. That has an important significance, that root, and we will see that in the next question. While we take this down, okay, taking this things down, I am leaving the solution on screen. The verification has been shared in chat also. Type done once you are done taking down the solution as well as the verification. I'll just get some water. Give me a minute. You take things down. Guys, give me a done if you're done taking things down. Thank you, Asgar G and MG. We'll wait for 30 seconds for others to take things down. I'm moving on. I'm just going to scroll down and show the verification also. We'll wait for another 30 seconds. It is wrapping up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to the next question, guys. Okay. Our next question is very, very interesting. Super question. This is also from the textbook. We're continuing the same example. Okay. The second one that says x square plus 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay. I want us to take a minute. Okay. To do this ourselves. Okay. Same thing, right? You write A, you write B, you write C, and you go ahead and find x minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Find it. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Don't open the textbook. Okay. There you have a PDF or not. Just spend a minute with this and see if you're getting stuck somewhere and what are your thoughts there. You can, or if you're getting the answer, good enough. You can raise your hands once you're done with this. Yeah. Hey guys, anyone, any progress? Anyone wants to share something? Anyone stuck somewhere? Let me take it over. Yeah. This is the first question you're doing. I should have not given this directly, but my bad. Let's I want all our eyes on the board, okay? I have A as 1, B as 4, and C as 5. A as 1, B as 4, C as 5. I'm going to substitute it in the equation, in the quadratic equation, in the quadratic formula. So I'm going to x equal to minus 4 plus minus root over 4 square minus 4 into 1 into 5 for AC by 2 into 1. Everyone okay with this so far? So that gives me x is equal to minus 4 plus minus under root what I'm getting. I'm getting 16 minus 20 by 2. What's that giving me? That is giving me x is equal to minus 4 plus minus root over minus 4 by 2. Can someone tell me what can I write this as? Root over minus 4. What can I change it as? What do you think I can write it as? I want answers in the chat box privately. What can I write root over minus 4 as? In place of root minus 4, what number I can write? Chat box private, please. Waiting for any kind of answer which we have. I'm getting very, very interesting answers. Let's take first, let me take two things. Okay, let's take, so MG is telling me, sir, 2 into minus 2. Asghar is telling me minus 2 square. Both of you are right. Yes, all of this is correct. But can I take anything common and take it outside the root? 2 into minus 2 I have. Or suppose I have minus 2 square. In any of these cases, can I take something outside? Note this well. Asghar is not telling minus 2 whole square. Asghar is telling minus then 2 ka square. Okay, that's different. So is there anything I can take it out and write? Like I have to remove the root, right? Can I do something about that? Dilruba is telling minus 2. Dilruba, I want you to pay attention. मैं square root कैसे लेता हूँ? Okay, square root लेने time, if I have minus 2 into minus 2, then I can take minus 2 outside. यहाँ पे minus 2 into minus 2 नहीं है, यहाँ पे plus 2 into minus 2 है. 4 क्या है? Minus 4 क्या है? Plus 2 into minus 2. अब क्या निकालोगी बाहर? From the root. Any thoughts, guys? Yes, Riza. Dilruba, are you getting what I said just now? The discussion which I just had?
Yes, sir.
You're right. Okay. So basically, this is something which ties back to our discussion of square roots, and that's why square roots are so important. Dikshit, do you remember us talking about imaginary numbers before when we did real numbers last year?
Yes, sir. I remember we did something like this.
Real numbers, you had asked me this question, sir, why are these numbers called real? And then I had told you that there is something called imaginary numbers also. It's not in 10th syllabus, okay? But for our purposes, okay, for our numbers, all the numbers we know so far, we don't know imaginary numbers so far. If you take maths in 11th, you will learn another, it's an expansion to our number system, just like you learned from natural number, whole numbers came, then we went on to integers, we went on to fractions, we went on to irrational numbers and rational numbers. We saw all of this together make real numbers. There is also a set of numbers called imaginary numbers, but we are not going to go into that. Why I mentioned this is because the answer to this no is actually imaginary. It is not real. What I mean actually, ignore this, okay? Just think for a minute. Any number you take square, will you ever get minus? Will you ever get minus here? Think about it. Any number you take square, you will always get plus, no? Because if you take minus 2 square, so let's take some 3 example. Let's take, if I take minus 3 square, that is also giving me plus 9. If I take plus 3 square, that's also giving me plus 9. So if I take, you even take irrational number, chalo, let's take an irrational number. You take minus root 5 ka square, you will get minus into minus is plus, root 5 into root 5 is 5. You take plus root 5 ka square, that will also give plus into plus is plus, root 5 into root 5 is 5. Does not matter. You take a decimal number, minus 0.1 square, minus into minus is plus, 0. Into 0.1 is equal to 0.01. Plus 0.1 square, plus into plus is plus, 0.01. Basically, no real number has a negative square. Basically, all squares are positive, okay? Square of any real number is always positive. Whether that number is rational, irrational, decimal, fraction, integer, does not matter. If it is real, if that number is real, square of any real number is always square. I'm talking about the right side, okay? Square of any real number is always positive. Therefore, a negative number will not have any real square root. Are you following me here? If my RHS becomes, if this part becomes negative, so if I have something like square is equal to minus 9, then what is this x? It is not real. Okay, it is imaginary. That you will learn later. But right now, it is not real. Therefore, x square equal to minus 9, if x square equal to minus 9, then x is equal to what? X is not real. Keeping this understanding in mind, this part is not real only. What I will add and subtract, it is not real only. Real means exactly what you're thinking, guys, okay? This red part is not real only. Then what I will add and subtract? Therefore, there are no real roots, because I can't find square root of a negative number. Over. That's my answer. That is why in the question, that is why coming back to our question, what did they say? If they exist, if the root exists, then you find it. Here, roots don't exist only. Real roots don't exist only. So I cannot find it. So there are no real roots. How are we feeling about this discussion that we have had so far? Give me fist to 5 in the chat box, please. Quickly, fist to 5 in the chat box, please. This discussion about real numbers. And what do I mean when I say squares of any real number is always positive? And when we went on to conclude that this equation, this quadratic equation will not give. Now this, what is it? Riza, you remember yesterday, you gave us a question, you were not able to find the root, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me that question again?
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir.
Actually, let's do it tomorrow.
Sir,
Okay, let's do it
9.
tomorrow.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm telling that in that question also you will get such a situation. Okay, you will not get real roots.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's the situation that there. Okay, so yeah, this is our second question, guys. Asghar, you want me to repeat the whole discussion which we had?
No, sir. So you said something about minus plus root 4, sir.
नहीं समझा मैं, कहाँ पे फंसे हो तुम? Guys, take this down, okay? Take down the whole thing on the screen. I want to take this down, take this box down separately after you write the solution, okay? After you write there are no real roots, then you take down this box, okay? Tell me, Asghar, what are you thinking?
So just 10 seconds ago, you said something about
This
that
part?
minus. No, sir. That root minus 4 divided by 2 is not a real number, something.
हाँ, असगर ये क्यों रियल नहीं है, समझ गए ना?
नहीं सर, वही समझ में नहीं आया.
असगर देखो, can I take root of -4? Is this possible? I will not get a real number. No, if I have, suppose I have x square equal to -4, I don't know any number like this which I will square, I will get -4. Correct, Asghar?
Yes, sir.
That is not possible. Only in our dictionary it's not possible. So far all the numbers we have learned, they are real numbers. All the numbers we have learned till now, वो irrational numbers हो, या वो integer हो, या वो decimal हो, या fraction हो, any of those I take. When I do the squaring, I will get plus only, no, Asghar?
Yes, sir, we'll get positive.
Okay, we'll always get square as positive. But this guy is telling me I should take square root of negative number. How can I do that? I don't know any such number where x is, I can put something here. Can you put something here? Do you know anything you can put here? You will get plus -4 on the right side.
No, sir, it's not there.
You don't know. In our understanding of maths, so far it is not there. That will come in the future. It's called imaginary numbers. It's actually basically just one number. Okay, but you will learn that in the future. But in real numbers, we don't know. Okay. Good, Asghar.
Yes, sir, got it.
When I don't know this, can I do addition, subtraction, or anything with that?
No, sir, we can't do that.
You got my, you got the whole flow now?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
got.
Okay, so because I cannot, I don't know -4 only. Let's write this one line before this, okay? Minus root over -4 is not real. Therefore, there are no real roots. Okay, does this explain better? It's writing this, yeah. Be good, guys. Guys, we are almost at the close, but I want to do one small question before we close. Okay, just one small question. Great, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Just one small question. Okay, this is the third question. I'm going to go into this. You have the screenshots. You can copy that. Okay, 2x square. But I want you to copy this box. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so 2x square minus 2 root 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Same thing, okay? Quadratic formula use करके solution निकालना है. A is equal to 2, B is equal to minus 2 root 2, C is equal to 1, X is equal to minus B plus minus root over B square minus 4AC by 2A. X is equal to minus into minus 2 root 2 plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac. So b क्या है? Minus 2 root 2 square minus 4 into a into c by 2a, 2 into 2. Okay, please you can put into. So x is equal to minus into minus plus 2 root 2 plus or minus. Now to do 2 root 2 square. So 2 root 2 का square करेंगे. I'll get 2 into 2 first into root 2 into root 2. That's equal to 4 into 2. This is basically 2. That gives me 8. So I have 8 minus 8. Aila by 4. So x is equal to 2 root 2 plus or minus root over 8 minus 8 is how much? Shri Priya? 8 minus 8 is how much, Shri Priya? Is Shri Priya there? Shri Priya ka unmute hai yaar. Audio ही connected नहीं है. What is she doing? 8 minus 8 is 0. That gives us by 4. What is square root of 0? I want you to guys type in the chat box. What is square root of 0? Mansa, unmute and tell.
0, sir.
0. Dash into basically what I will multiply with itself to get 0. Only one number. If I multiply with itself, I'll get 0. That number is 0 only. So I have x is equal to 2 root 2 plus minus 0 by 4. So I can just leave it. No, subtraction 0, addition 0 does not matter. Let me actually do it first. Okay, so I'm going to split it into two parts. Both are going to give me the same answer only. Okay, let's see that. So I have x is equal to 2 root 2 plus 0 by 4, and x is equal to 2 root 2 minus 0 by 4. That's basically x is equal to 2 root 2 by 4. X is equal to, let me finish the left one first. Or, okay, so that's equal to 2 and 2 cancel, 4 cancel, that's equal to root 2 by 2. You can cut it further, you can leave it like this, denominator is rationalized. Here also I have 2 root 2 by 4, this and this cancel, that's equal to root 2 by 2. Now you see, important thing to notice here is both the roots are same. Okay, we had got that before also in one of the questions. Therefore, the roots are, how will I write the answer? Who can tell me how will I write the answer? I had done this in the class before. How will I write the answer? G, tell me.
The roots of the given equation.
The roots are, chalo.
Root 2 by 2. Or
you can write and. Okay.
And root 2 by 2.
Root 2 by 2. I have to write it 2 times, even though the answer is the same. Okay. Guys, if you want to simplify and get 1 by root 2, that is okay. You don't need to, because the denominator is rationalized. You can stop here. Okay. So are we good with this, guys? Now, interesting thing to note when this is happening. Okay. And we'll come back to this particular thing when what is happening in the next class. Okay. There is something special about this particular part of the quadratic equation, which is going to tell us if the quadratic equation is having two different roots, if it is having no real roots, or if it is having two same roots. Okay, there's something special about just this square root part. You can think about it and come, but that's the end of our class, guys. And I'm going to tell you your homework right now. Just take this down. So this is here, sharing this in WhatsApp also. So the homework is the third exercise. Okay, let's do this. Okay, third exercise ka question 1, they have given it by quadratic, by completing the square method. You have to do it by using quadratic formula method. Okay, basically just write question 2. Question 2, they are saying same thing you do by quadratic formula. Just write question 2. Okay, same. When you open it, you will understand question 2 or question 1. You have to use quadratic formula method. Okay, this is one question. This is one homework. And then you also have homework of example 14. Okay. After you do example 14, you must try third exercise. Question 3. Okay. It's quadratic formula method, guys. So it's going to be very quick, very easy, very fast to do. You don't have much thinking. You just have to substitute in that minus b plus minus 4 root ac by 2a b square by whatever the formula is. Okay, so it's not going to take more time. These two questions may take time. So example 14 and third exercise, these two may take time. So going through example 14, go through it afterwards. Okay, first you finish this. First you finish this. This will be practice. Then you go through example 14 and attempt this. Okay. We will discuss nature of roots based on this tomorrow. All right, guys, that's the end of our class. How are you feeling about the class? Thank you, Dikshit. Glad to hear that. How are you feeling about the class? Let me know in the chat box and then we can drop off. I have overshot time. I know that. Afternoon, I am overshooting. Yeah. Let me know in the chat box how you're feeling. Take down the homework, please. All right, guys, that's the end of our class. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. I'll be putting this assignment in Teams. You know, guys, Teams is getting a little bulky, right? Like many of us are not able to submit. Almost I'm getting at least like glad to hear that, Nishchay. Teams is getting a little bulky. So what we will do, yeah, this formula was confusing in the beginning. I hear that, Abhi. Yes, and I hope it's clearer to you.